Welcome in, Valheim friends. Today, we're going to be talking about building basics. My name's Taco. Let's get started. First things first, as my community always reminds me, it's not a house without a hoe. Make sure you're leveling your ground so that you can place beams to start your blueprint of your home. As you can see here, I'm planning out how I want my build to look, so it's much easier to build the structure. As we start going vertical with the build, it's really important to use these wood 2-meter beams to help you figure out your structural integrity. Doing it this way is going to help with your symmetry in the future. It's also going to make sure that you don't build halfway up and then when you try to build your roof, it's all red and you can't put the roof on. And since the Hill Deer update, you don't actually have to get a ladder to get some of these higher points. The new snapping features allow you to reach higher points much easier. Once you've finished the blueprint of your building, you're going to want to make some defenses around your perimeter. One big way to do that is with the pickaxe and making trenches. Keep in mind you will have to beat Eikthyr in order to get this. Quick tip when making these trenches, once you're at the bottom, swinging from the bottom will allow you to cut out more faster. The second of the 3 defenses we're going to talk about today is bringing us back to the hoe. Now with the raise ground function, you only need to use 2 stone in order to create a wall from the earth. You can find this stone by picking it up off the ground if you don't already have the pickaxe. The third and final tactic we're going to talk about today is the stake wall. This is a pretty easy one to achieve and is an early favorite. Here's a good look at all 3 of those defenses and how they can look around your base. Keep in mind that enemies do clip through some of these defenses, so you're going to want to make them far enough apart from your base so that they can't hit it. In this example, you'll probably want to also lower the ground around the wall so that enemies can't walk up to it. Jumping ahead a little bit here, once you get the stone cutter and you can make stone floors, it does cost 6 stone per floor. If you're not using it for building reasons and just aesthetically, try checking out the hoe and using the paved road feature. This gives you 1 stone per plant, and it's a little bit cheaper and still gives you a good look. The building I've built here is about as high as you can build with this form of wood. If you want to go any higher than 1.5 floors, somewhere between 2 and 2.5 floors, you're going to want to use core wood like this. And if you're going to go 2.5 plus, maybe 3 plus levels, you're going to need iron beams to have that reinforcement. Keep in mind that you will not be able to get iron beams until you get the forge. Even with a building of this height, I highly encourage you to use scaffolding. No matter what build you're making, scaffolding by using these 2x2 floors is a huge way to help you successfully build quicker and safer. Another big tip for new builders, as silly as it sounds, have fun, be creative, try new things. Even just simple overhangs like this can add depth to your build that you might have not had before. In this time lapse here, you'll see me add several new functions to the build, and honestly, I'm only using 2 new pieces in this build that I hadn't used before, and that is the 45-degree corner and the 26-degree corner. Once you have the framework and roof of your build ready to go, keep the walls and interior simple for now. In this time lapse, I'm only using 5 pieces to achieve the rest of the build. As you can see, it looks pretty good and there's plenty of room for activities. Now that we're done with the exterior of the base, let's move inside. One of the biggest problems early players have is with smoke from their fires. You can remove a piece of flooring and drop your campfire down, but as you can see, there's a lot of smoke gathering and at some point that'll kill you. So what we want to do is remove that, knock out the wall behind it, and add ourselves a chimney. In this case, I'm going to be doing a double wide so I can add multiple campfires like this. From here, we're going to raise it up another level with some more walls and half walls on the edges. This is going to allow us to fit these 26-degree half walls and 45-degree roof shingles, finished off with some wood beams. Staying inside the base, the next big tip is going to be storage. When putting chests down, you can use 1x1 floor pieces to make an easy stacking function, like this. You can obviously get creative by making your own shelving, but this is a really simple way to start. Personally, one of the biggest challenges in Valheim is the maintenance of your workbenches. It can look like this pretty quickly, but we want it to look like this. The best way to achieve this is to use your walls to your advantage. We can place things outside and cover them like this. Be sure that all of your upgrade pieces are still connected to the main bench with a glowing line. The last early game tip for interior of your home is going to be the comfort level. Having these 4 items in your home is going to help with your Rested. The Rested buff gives you a plus 50% health regen, 100% stamina regen, and a 50% experience gained. Do not leave your home without being rested. And finally, when you're out and about getting resources for your build, try to use these pre-made shacks the best you can. It's one of the easier ways to get a roof over your workbench to make repairs. And if you run out of Rested in the meantime, throw down a campfire and it will give you a little bit of Rested so that you can have better stamina to get home. And I'd like to hear from you in the comments on your favorite tips for building for beginners and what you'd like to see next. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a great day.